with 15 minutes to the action. Of course, 4 years ago, bronze went the way of the Australians, 12-6 in Oslo. And I know it's wet, I know the weather's not great, but to look on a positive note, you put me in Lords at the moment, there'll be no play at all. At least in Lacrosse we can play in this. So that's a bright side. We'll have all the action in just under 15 minutes as the Australians take cover. So the cross check is underway.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2017 FIL Rathbones Women's Lacrosse World Cup. We are live from Surrey Sports Park in Guildford. My name is Dave Coldwell, bringing you today's bronze medal match between two-time world champion Australia and current European champions and host England. This game is just like any other of those Australia-England matches. It's going to be competitive. It's a fierce rival between the two teams. And we're going to now go down to our pitchside reporter, former England international Alex Aljo, who's with coach Phil Collier from England.
Well, the teams are getting ready to go down here pitchside, and I'm here with head coach of England, Phil Collier. Phil, so it's a repeat of the 2013 bronze medal match. How much have the England women progressed since then?
Well, I've been involved since 2014, so I can't really comment too much on 2013, but we feel we've progressed. Certainly strength and conditioning, and we think our tactical awareness is much better than it was 4 years ago, and we're just hoping for a really good performance today in the final game of the tournament for us.
And is the group stage result against Australia long forgotten now?
I wouldn't say it's long forgotten. I think personally, probably the girls as well, we think that was probably our most disappointing performance in the tournament, and we have a really good chance today to put that right by doing a better job today.
What will your final message be to the team before they step out on that pitch?
I've told them that they're already winners with the European champions. I said go out and enjoy yourselves, put on a performance that the fans can be proud of. Passion, pride, performance, that's been our message to the team today.
Go out and enjoy yourself. Phil Collier's final message to the England team before they take on Australia this afternoon in the bronze medal match.
Thank you, Alex. And here's today's England's team. We've got a couple key players to look out for England. England really rely in attack on Olivia Hump and Jenny Simpson behind the goal. They've had great tournaments thus far. Megan Whittle's been carrying a small injury throughout this tournament, but it had a big game against Wales and played against USA. We're expecting her to be playing today and be a real impact player for England. And of course, you can't forget Laura Merrifield, captain. Also to look out for England is Izzy McNabb, who had a strong game and goal against USA. England will be relying on her with a few saves today to really keep England in the game, as they will in the back with defender Annie Hillier. Now, we've heard from England coach already, Phil Collier. Let's go back to Alex, who's now with Coach Adams from Australia.
Well, we've heard from the head coach of England. It's time to speak now to Trish Adams, head coach of Australia. So, Trish, 4 years of hard work and commitment comes down to one match. How's the team feeling?
They're really excited for the opportunity today. I think these opportunities don't come around very often. They're really looking forward to the for that chance, I guess, to represent their country and try and put it all out in the field and show how hard they've been working, and we're excited.
Are you expecting a closer game than the group stage match?
I certainly hope not, but of course we know they've got a home crowd behind them and that they're a fantastic side, so we know that it will be a tough ask, but we're really excited and up for the challenge.
And one final team talk left for you to give ahead of this game. What are you going to say to your team?
Just to execute the game plan. I think we're really focused on playing our game and not getting too caught up in what the other team is doing. Of course, we need to make reactions and adaptations, but I think if we execute the game plan and play our brand of lacrosse, we'll be successful. So that's what we're looking for.
Execute the game plan. Trish Adams' words ahead of this bronze medal match against England.
And thanks, Alex. There's Coach Adams there. Coach Adams, coach of Australia. Now, her daughter is a former World Player of the Year, Jen Adams. I bet Australia would be looking to have her back today, but she's now retired from international lacrosse. But here's the Australia team. Abby Burgess, you see first up, number 1. She takes the center draws for Australia. She's a real key player. She actually got sent off late in the game in the semifinal against Canada, and that was a real turning point in that game because Canada began to win the draws there and pulled away to win that game and get into the final. We now see the teams coming out. Here's Australia in yellow, England in white. We had a real heavy shower here earlier, which sent the fans running for cover, but the sun's back out now. We expect a showery day today, and at this moment in time, I'm going to bring in Jane Powell, England Performance Director. Sun's out now, Jane, but we could have a typical summer's day today.
I think it's going to be an interesting day for weather. We literally were running for cover just 2 minutes ago when it was like torrential rain, and now the sun's out. So let's hope that the sun will shine on this game because it'll make it such a wonderful spectacle.
Now, England and Australia met earlier in group play. Australia had a comfortable victory, 13-4. However, Australia have had some really tough games as we see the England team being introduced. Australia had some tough games, especially that semi-final against Canada, but they'll be reasonably confident coming into this game.
I think on form this week, then Australia will feel confident. But I think, you know, when it's a bronze medal to play for, it's up there for grabs. So either team, and I see these two as fairly balanced opposition, really. So we should be in for an absolute corker.
Yeah, I think there's a couple key things when we look at the start of this game that could really impact the game. In the first time they met, it was a real physical encounter. Australia are a really physical team, and that seemed to get under the skin of the English team because the umpires basically let the players play. And I think that's going to be a key point in this game, because if the umpires call a tight game, that might take the Australians out of their physical style of play.
I think you're right, and during this tournament, I feel that we've seen the umpiring get tighter as we've gone through, so the bumps and the sticks have been being penalised a little bit more strictly in the latter stages, so it'll be interesting to see how our officials interpret it in this game. Yeah,
with so much on the line here with the bronze medal game, we do expect that. And then there's a couple key matchups. Hannah Nielsen, Player of the Year in America a few years ago, has been carrying a severe ankle injury. Now, she's been marked out by most teams in the tournament. Canada certainly did that to her. She's had a relatively quiet tournament, but it's been Sarah Mollison that's been the real key player in attack for Australia. How do you think the English team's going to match up against the Australians?
I think they're well aware of Sarah Mollison in particular, because England went out there last summer, last July, and they were aware of Sarah Mollison's goal-scoring prowess. She kept rolling around that crease, so I feel certain that Annie Hilliam will be watching out for that, or Emma Adams, or whoever Coach Collier has deemed can fulfil that role against Mollison.
And on the other side, with the Australian defence, we saw Kirchheimer marking Merrifield closely, and that was a real tussle in midfield.
Kirchheimer and Merrifield have known each other for years, because in the last World Cup, Kirchheimer was playing for England, but she's lived over in Australia for a number of years, and she went through all the legal channels to swap to the Australian side, so good luck to her.
Now, as we finish the team introductions, I think there's a couple other... I mean, Australia have to figure out how to mark this England attack, because they've had so many scores in the tournament. Sophie Brett's come into the tournament, Olivia Hump, and many others. And we know that, in particular, 17 from Australia, Banyard, she had real difficulty marking the Canadian attack. So we're just going to pause for a moment, because we're just about to hear the anthems from England and Australia.
If you are able, for the national anthems of both teams. First, the national anthem of England. And now the national anthem of Australia.
Let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both teams as they go toe-to-toe for the bronze medal here at the 2017 FIL Rathbones Women's Lacrosse World Cup. Australia and England, they played, of course, 4 years ago in the bronze medal match. They faced each other in Pool A. They finished 3rd and 4th, respectively, in Pool A. They will now wish each other well for the game, exchange gifts, and then get ready with the final build-up for this bronze medal match.
Have a great game. Good luck. Great game.
The captain's going forward now.
So the teams are just captains there shaking hands, about to do the toss before the game to see which team is going to attack which end.
Number 7.
And we see the officials just there in the middle. I mean, the coin toss doesn't really have that much of an impact in the game, but on a day like today where the wind, sometimes players struggle to run against the wind when they're attacking, but we had strong winds early in the tournament.
Yeah, and bizarrely, even at this level, players often have a I prefer going that way first. And there's no rhyme or reason to that. It's just that there's a psychological advantage to some, depending on which way they go. But I don't think the coin toss will make much difference.
Yeah, I know, really excited for this center draw. I know England have been really working hard since the last World Cup to get to these medal games and win that medal. I know they'll be disappointed they didn't get to the final, but they really have their heart set on winning this bronze medal match today.
Yes, and if you remember what Phil Collier said, he said performance, pride and passion, not necessarily in that order, but you know, that's what sums up this bronze medal game, really. It's all about a bit of pride and passion.
And we've seen England improve their performances throughout the tournament. They've certainly played with pride and passion, but sometimes that extra energy that they have leads to maybe making an anxious or poor decision, that they just rush themselves. How do you manage that enthusiasm and excitement with actually making the right decision?
Yeah, I think you just have to keep it very simple. Make sure that your pass goes to who you intend it to go to. Make sure that you receive it. Very simple things. Pick up the closest ground ball. Make sure that you challenge for the ball wherever you are, and make sure you follow the game plan. They'll have a very clear game plan, and they'll be looking to follow that. Yeah,
and the Australians are no pushovers. They're going to come out right. You know, they've never not medaled in a World Cup. 2 times world champions. They'll obviously be really, really disappointed with how the semi-final game finished, because it was Donahue in goal from Canada that essentially won the game with all the saves she made in the second half. Australia had Canada beat, and they'll be disappointed not to be in today's later final, but again, they're going to want to go home with a medal.
I don't think I've come across any Australian team that does not fight right to the end. And I've had the privilege of playing against Australia in 2 different sports prior to lacrosse. So I don't see this lacrosse team as being any different to the other teams.
No, they're certainly not different. And I think we're going to see right from this first draw, all the wing players, which you see around the circle, are really competitive to try and win that possession. For those of you watching lacrosse for the first time, we will start with the center draw, and it looks like Hayes coming in against Burgess to start with for England. Now, Hayes and Burgess will try and draw the ball upwards. They'll either try and draw it to themselves or draw it to one of their wing players. We're just about to get started here. Bronze medal game of this World Cup. England hosts against Australia. Officials just placing the ball between the 2 sticks. And here we go. And the ball comes to England first. Ball knocked free. But Hayes comes away with it. England on the attack to start. Great start for England to win that opening draw. Simpson behind. Lot of movement. Whittle's now got it on the wing. That's where she likes to operate and try and beat her defender. Lynch to Hayes again. Allen marking her. Australians play, man-for-man defense. And there's Whittle with it. She steps in to Lynch. Back to Simpson. England being real patient. They're just working the ball around the outside, waiting for that opening to attack that Australian defense. And Australia looking to double team. Oh, Whittle gets a shot. Looked like off the crossbar, Jane, but a high shot there. Really needed to go low there.
Yeah, I think she wasn't going to take the shot, and then the defender fell over, and I think she tried to force that shot and didn't really get the power behind it. I think the goalkeeper actually did get behind that.
Maybe got a small piece of it, but yeah. Australia come away with the ball. They've defended well to start with, and now Australia on the attack with Mollison. Chan marking her. Looks like Ash Gloucester's got the responsibility of marking Nielsen. England face marking Nielsen on the crease there. You see that circle around the goal. Only the goalie's allowed in there. But expect Mollison and Nielsen to work on this crease, work together. Mollison drives against Chan, draws a foul. There's an advantage there. Push on Chan, so Mollison will get a free position. And Chan really needed to be lower there. She came up a bit high on Mollison. And Mollison comes in, decides not to shoot. So England recovered well with Gloucester there.
And often that's the difficulty, isn't it, of a tall defender against a small attacker, that they've got to make sure they get down low.
Now Hillier has the responsibility behind of marking Nielsen. And Australia score.
And interestingly there, I think Nielsen blocked the defenders from getting to her.
Yeah, When England and Australia played a test series last July, Australia were really effective on that goal crease by blocking off the English defense. So when we see the replay coming up, there's the Australia bench. They'll be pleased to get off to a good start in an early 1-goal lead. But here's the replay. So Hayes is marking goal scorer lane. And you see Nielsen almost in the goal circle there, it looks like. But Hillier and Lane were blocking Hayes from getting to the ball. And it was actually an easy finish there, up in the top right corner.
Yeah, just needed a little bit of communication, I felt, there between Hayes and Hillier. Just for Hillier to just move across a little bit there.
So Australia have an early 1-0 lead. Hayes back in the draw for England. Be Burgess again for Australia. And it comes England's way. But Australia win the possession. There's advantage there. Whittle fouls Hiron there. She's another key player for Australia. Center draw so crucial, Jean.
Yes, and this is, you know, it's nothing worse than when the team score against you and then they've got possession coming, running at you again straight afterwards.
So Chan's marking Varga. Goal scorer Lane now behind with the ball. She's being marked by Oakley for England. Allen now has it up top. Hayes marking her. Nielsen being marked by Lynch now behind. Really expect Australia to exploit this crease play.
Yes, I think that's where they feel their best chance of scoring comes from, round the crease.
Australia retain possession, still with Lane, and look, they try and block them off again, and she comes around. This time McNabb saves it. Great save by McNabb.
Great save.
Chan's got the ball.
Much better defense by
England. The communication was much better, so Oakley was able to get through, not put too much pressure on the shot, but it forced a rush shot by Lane. No angle, and McNabb made the save. There you see it. So Hayes comes down. Second England attack to Simpson. She's being marked by Banyard. Remember, we were going to keep our eyes on Banyard because she didn't have a strong game against Canada. Merrifield's got it. She looks to drive. But the Australia defense were set well there. They're nice and tight around that 11-meter arc, not looking to extend out, only onto the ball carrier. Brett's got it. Brett looks to dodge in. And it looks like we have a shooting space call. Now inside the 11-meter arc, which is the attacking 11-meter arc, there was an Australian defender in the shooting lane. You can't be in there unless you're marking a player. So Sophie Brett is awarded a free position shot and a great chance for England to get back in this game. And a goal for England! Sophie Brett ties the game 1-1.
And you know, that's what England are looking for Sophie Brett to do, to drive in those areas, because sometimes she just tends to drift out a little bit, but when she drives in, she's got the pace.
She had a great little step to basically draw the shooting space call because she beat her defender, which caught the Australian defender in the way. And here's the free position shot. She steps in, and a good hard low shot. That beat Hinks, the goalkeeper, and here we see it again from behind. Australian defense can't get in quick enough, and it goes straight between the legs of Hinks. Hinks, a good goalie up high, not good down low, and an easy finish for Brett. 1-1. Hayes still at the draw against Burgess. Now, when England did play against Australia, Hayes did have some success against Burgess.
Yes, and I think even in this game, she's got the first stick to it, but then just doesn't seem to take it on. So she's usually quite good at reaching out with that one hand.
So Hayes has got it again, a bit sloppy. England another possession to Merrifield. Drops the ball, though. And she gets fouled by Kirchheimer. Remember, we were looking at that battle in midfield. Kirchheimer just late there and hit Merrifield with her stick into the body.
A good recovery there by Merrifield, and that's why she's one of the class players in this England team.
Kept her composure. So we're just waiting for the officials to position the players. Hayes has got it again. Bit crowded. She finds Lynch. Great catch by Lynch. She steps in. Pass behind, a bit risky there. Simpson comes around, and a shot, and Hinks with the save this time. Really got to shoot low there. We said Hinks is good up top, saving the balls high. Bit of a rush. Here's a
Here we
replay.
see Simpson going around the crease and just shooting up high. Possibly look to fake that a little bit or just dip and dunk.
Yeah, Hinks read that all the way, so easy save for her. Australia come for their next attack. Nielsen has it. There's Mollison, marked by Hillier. Behind Elaine. Foster marking her. Emma Adams on the pitch for the first time against England. She gets picked off. Quaz with the ball. Adams marking her. Lane behind. Australia setting up at the top of the 11, looking to pick off the England defense row up top this time. And Mollison drives against Hillier, rolls back, and a deflection there by Gloucester. Great deflection. Australia retains possession because they're closest to the ball when it went out on the shot.
And they're looking to drive in. Well, Mollison in particular is the one that they're looking to do those drives at the moment, and she's quite sharp in that area. So England do need to keep communicating and keep sliding across.
Yeah. Australia clearly, Jane, looking to pick off, use pick play to pick off the England defense so they get the step on their players.
That's right. So they're trying to block an area with their other players so that one player can move around and take shots.
Nielsen's got her stick on the ball for the first time, but Lynch did well to defend her. Mollison's got it. She looks to go against Hillier. Hillier's there. Mollison looking to feed now. Good defense by Hillier. And it looks like one of the England players has stepped in the goal circle, which, of course, you're not allowed to do, so the play will restart from just right of McNabb's goal. England going to have to talk this through because Lane's a threat. It goes behind to Mollison, she drops it, comes around, and a foul. Let's see who, push call. Mollison's going to have a free position in a great spot from the center of the goal. Looks like Hillier pushed. Mollison in, she shoots off the post. Ball's on the floor, Australia come away with it. England really need to collect that loose ball there in front.
Yeah, good defending, and any loose ball, then they've got to make sure that they take that, because otherwise there's a danger that Australia will put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, here's the shot by Mollison. She steps in, and it's a good low shot off the post and off McNabb in front of the goal. And then we saw Burgess with a great drive with the shot, but shot really high in the goal. But Nielsen looks to be fully recovered from her ankle injury.
Yeah, and Lynch went back into the circle there, did put a foot in the crease there in the circle area, so Nielsen gets free position there.
So there is a shot off the post. England in possession, looking to pick off. England have to be really careful around that crease because it's so dangerous to defend. And there's Hiron with the goal up high.
Yeah, they're just losing a bit of discipline, I feel, England in defence now. You know, twice now players have gone into the crease, and Australia are going to play that tight crease game, so they're going to have to try and think of a way of combating that.
Yeah, really, when that loose ball came in front, when the shot off the post, England really need to collect that. Here's Hiron on the drive against Lynch, and Lynch looked like she was in a pretty good position, and this shot came up high and beat McNabb. McNabb looked frustrated with that.
Yeah,
here it is again.
She'll be disappointed she didn't get a stick on that one.
So there's Hiron on the drive, and see the shot comes in high, off stick side, so a good placement, but McNabb was there for it. So Hump comes into the circle now for England. Here the England fans below are singing Sweet Chariot.
Maybe that's the passion they're trying to inflict in their team.
And there's Ruby Smith into the game. She didn't play in the semi-final against USA. She's carrying a bit of a hamstring injury, but just into the game and wins the center draw, draws the foul for England.
And that'll give her a little bit of confidence, having not played in the previous game.
And Lafferty's come in for the first time. Whittle with the ball.
England have changed their midfield. She's taken a blow there.
Now, we know Whittle's carrying an injury. She looked at that push by Hiron, really looked to hurt her there. We're going to restart. Let's see what she does. She feeds inside to Lafferty. Hinks with another save.
And it looks like England are trying to force it at the moment, and they just need to have a bit of patience on the ball, maintain possession, swing that ball around, wait for the gaps to appear, and then take the shots.
Yeah, a bit of a rushed England attack there after defending for a long time, but Australia throws the ball away. But Brett just with a checker around the head there on Hobbs, or sorry, Burgess. Burgess comes down with it. So she looks to push the tempo, but just goes behind. She's going to find Nielsen behind. Or no, shoots. McNabb, that's Australia goal. McNabb came out of her goal to play Nielsen behind. Burgess saw that she left the goal and just fired it straight in. Now we know McNabb's really active in goal and likes to pick those passes off behind, but she got caught out there.
Yeah, she got caught in two minds, I think. I don't think she fully went and she didn't fully stay, and that was the result, that she was in no man's land, and Burgess is too good a player not to spot that.
So here's a replay. Burgess turned to look and saw McNabb was in the goal, was out of the goal, sorry. Easy finish, and really we gave away, or sorry, England gave away a cheap attack there with Hinks making the save, and then come down with some poor defense, and now England are down 2.
Yes, and you know, with 20 minutes still to go in this half, they'll need to just try and tighten up in that defensive area and not force it in the attacking area.
So Hump against Burgess again. Crucial draw here. Officials taking their time to set. And Hump wins it. She was fouled. And we talked about the start. The umpires called a tight game to start with. They're on top of it today, which has basically allowed the teams to play, which is great to see.
Yeah, and I think the umpires are doing a good job. You know, they're spotting the fouls as they appear, and they're calling them. And I don't ever think that a team should blame any umpire. It's normally performance that wins or loses a game.
So Australia extending their possession. Whittle's got it. Merrifield. England a great start. They've won 4 of the first 5 draws, but they've not converted that to any goals on the scoreboard, with just 1 this far. And that's because Hinks has made a few key saves, but a bit poor shooting from England to start. Merrifield's got it against Kirchheimer. Brett against Nielsen. Simpson. Up top to Lafferty. She steps around Hiron, but the Australia defense were quick to recover there.
The England team are just trying to set something up here, trying to see if a space opens up. They're cutting through the area, offering for the ball, but if it's not in a good position, then they're just recycling the ball round.
Yeah, Brett's now got it. She steps in. Merrifield has it against Kirchheimer. England just taking their time. We see Hump now operating in the crease, trying to get free. What we're not seeing from England is when they do drive, the Australia defense are set to double team. England really aren't taking their players away to allow for that 1v1 dodge. But Whittle steps in now there. She feeds Merrifield. Just misses, but Smith collects. Much more patient attack this time from England. This is better. Hump steps around her defender. No shot or feed on. Looked like she got checked as she was about to pass it, but Australia come away with it. England would be disappointed not to get a shot on that attack, but they put pressure on Banyard in the midfield. Smith now chasing. That's McNamara with the ball. And England really need to look to have a strong defense here. Keep Australia off the scoreboard. Hobbs has it. She's one of the captains to Burgess. Chan marking her. Lafferty now with the responsibility of marking Nielsen behind on. Nielsen actually gets a toe on the line there.
And one of the deciding factors here at the moment is the last 2 attacks, Australia have scored 2 goals. The last 3 attacks for England, they've scored no goals. So that's where the difference is at the moment. It's not that England aren't getting the ball and aren't there, but that's where the Australians are much better.
Yeah. There's that Mollison to Nielsen combination, and you could see them working there, and England trying to organize it. England are having real difficulty marking the crease here. We knew that was a potential weakness coming into the game, and Australia have exploited that for 2 goals on the crease area.
That's right, and Coach Collier must be thinking about when he'll call a team out. In fact, as I say that, Coach Collier calls team out, timeout.
Yeah, timeout. So he's got 90 seconds to regroup his team. England have come out with a good start. Here's the goal. So you see Adams marking Mollison behind, but then Lafferty, so a lack of communication between Adams and Lafferty to see who was marking who. Adams thought she was on Mollison still, Lafferty thought she wasn't, and that left Nielsen free.
And it's that communication in defence that is key, because there has to be quick movement of sliding across and making sure that you're supporting your teammates in that area. And with a breakdown in communication, it just looks as if England defence are a bit flat-footed at the moment.
And you can see that just one step the wrong way, and the ball moves so quickly, so you can be punished for just a tiny mistake like that. And Australia are up 4-1. Trish Adams will be really pleased with the way her team started, because they've been pretty solid in defense. England have really struggled to get through, and Hinks has been up to the job with the shots England have taken.
But it goes back to the attack as well as the defence for England, because they've had attacks but they've not converted. So they've got things to work on at both ends of the field.
Suppose Coach Collier would be pleased that they have done well in the draws to start. England just need to, maybe there were some instructions in that timeout just to organize that attack a little better, to maybe get better high percentage shots.
Yes, but, you know, be decisive, be proactive, you know, try and force the space, because if you can remember, when Whittle drove early, the defender fell over, you know, so if you're putting pressure on them, they're just as human as anybody else.
Yeah, sometimes that running direct at the defence really puts the defence under pressure. As we see Hayes come back into the draw for England, still against Burgess, and Hump comes away with it, and she's checked into the face by McNamara. See the Australians, they really crash on that ball carrier. England are doing well to get to the ball first, but Australia really crashed on the England player there, Hump.
And they have to be careful with those sticks, because any stick that goes near a head would result in a yellow card, which means they'd go off the pitch for 2 minutes.
So Pratt comes down with it. Anderson in the game for the first time for England. It looks like England now are trying to run off some picks on the top of the 11 there, but now Merrifield has it. Whittle clears through. Merrifield steps in. She runs into trouble. Good double team, good help defense there by Kirchheimer. And she applies pressure against Merrifield. And you see Smith was waiting outside, or sorry, Lytolis in the game for the first time, was waiting outside. She needs to take her player through. And a big strong push there by Hobbs, no call. Brett has it.
Seemed a bit harsh on Lytolis there, and I think the Aussie got away with a bit of a push.
Lytolis steps in, she shoots, bounce shot, easy save for Hinks. Really, with all the rain that we've had there, all the pace of the shot was taken out of that, really.
Yeah, and that's a player who's fresh on the field and just wants to get involved and probably just rush that shot a bit.
Yeah, England have had some decent looks, but just the shots aren't the high quality shots that you tend to look for that Australia have had basically right on top of the goal in McNabb. And Lytolis has called for a push. Australia in another good position there. But they're going to take their time up top with Burgess. Chan's marking her.
And the quality of the shots from England is evidenced by the fact that England have taken 6 shots and there's been 4 saves.
4 saves, yeah. Allen with it. She's against Hayes. Big, strong midfielder, Allen. Lane's got it behind, and again, they're looking to get England hung up on that crease. Hillier on Nielsen on the crease there. England extend their pressure a little bit as Australia slow the play down. Being patient, waiting for that look. So again, look for Lane and Nielsen here on the crease, trying to pick each other off. Adams is on Lane. And that's better defense by England. But Nielsen gets a step on Hillier. And a good save by McNabb. Adams picks up the loose ball. She's being pressured by Lane. And that's better from England.
Yes, and I was just thinking, you know, for a capacity crowd, it was very quiet, and that just caused a little bit more life in the crowd and hopefully a little bit more life in the England girls.
Australia putting a lot of pressure on this England clear, but they switched the play to Adams. She looks to draw Nielsen. Hayes has got it to Oakley. And again, good pressure here by Australia in the midfield, preventing England from clearing it. A lot of handling work here for the England defense. Chan's now got it, but that was really nice, calm, patient as Chan steps into the attack. That was a good clear by England.
Yeah, for those people who aren't sure why the defenders stopped running there, you've got to leave 4 attacking players over this restraining line.
Yeah, really similar to netball, that certain players are allowed in certain spaces. There's an offside rule in lacrosse, which James has explained there. But that was good composure, confident clear by England, as Merrifield has it.
But good pressure by Australia.
Yeah,
they
excellent.
were really putting the pressure on.
12 minutes to go. Lynch has it. Behind to Anderson. And a goal for England, that's Merrifield. She got a step on Kirchheimer on the cut.
And a much better attack by England, much better. And Captain Merrifield leads the way and will lift her troops.
That was a good reply from England. 4-2 now. And what England did there was attacking from behind the goal. That forces the Australians to see the ball behind, because Anderson's a threat from dodging. And Merrifield with a good cut, a good feed by Anderson. And the finish was low and away from Hinks. A much better shot as well. Those are the high percentage shots that England need to score.
Yeah, much better movement by the England girls and a great finish by Laura Merrifield.
So that makes it Australia 4, England 2. Hayes still on the draw for England against Burgess. And you see Allen moves across to the side here. She's going to probably look to run straight into that center spot and put pressure on England if they come away with it. It goes forward there. This time Australia come away with it. That was Lane first to the ball, and Chan fouled her. Better draw by Burgess as she pulled it to her side there. So the officials are just resetting the play about where Chen needs to go 4 behind there, 4 meters behind, because she fouled into Lane. And here comes the rain back to Surrey Sports Park. As Burgess has it. Lynch still face marking Nielsen. And Australia looking to switch on the restraining line. To maybe try and catch Nielsen with the ball up top, and you watch she's going to step over and now receives the ball. Clever play there by Australia to swap players with the attack and defense to get Nielsen the ball, because she's being marked out at the minute.
Yes, that's right. And I think what England have got to do is, whilst they need to pick up Nielsen, they've got to be aware that there are other players who could steal a march if they're not careful.
So Nielsen's got it behind, and then trying to work this crease play again. Gloucester's watching her. Australia really good at working this crease to get these high percentage shots. But nothing on there. That's better from England. Better communication. Hillier on Quaz. Chan now on Nielsen. She looks to step around and roll back. Good defense by Chan. Feed to the middle, and again another loose ball. England defense weren't ready to pick that one up. And Hiron gets picked off and a shot up high.
I think the England defence there, when that ball went down on the floor, was so busy watching their opponents that they didn't notice that it had gone down on the floor.
Yeah, Australia really active on that play. So Gloucester's marking Nielsen this time. She's being patient, waiting behind. And Nielsen comes around. Good recovery by Chan there, as Nielsen really could have pushed that pipe there and get a shot. Comes up to Hobbs. She's against England captain Merrifield. Chen now marking Nielsen. Good pressure here from England. Oakley on Hiron to Lane. Gloucester on her. Hiron steps in. Referee see a check on the arm there, check into the body. So she'll go to the free position. England seem a bit more organized in the defense, talking better.
Yes, they do, and unfortunately they just committing just those small fouls that are being seen by the umpire, and then Australia are taking their shots and scoring.
That was a good finish by Hiron. We saw in the first game of the tournament when England played Wales, they gave away a lot of free position shots, but kept Wales in that opening match. And that you just can't afford to give those away when your defense is in a good position there.
No, and particularly not when it's Hiron or Mollison or Nielsen on the ball, or Burgess. You know, there's any number of this quality Australian side that can put that ball away.
So here's a shot from Hiron. And a great finish. That's the second time we've seen England shoot up high and away from McNabb's stick. Really difficult. She had a lot of pace on that shot. But again, you really can't afford to give away those fouls in that area. So Hump comes back into the middle for England. Australia 5, England 2. And there was an early movement there. Looks like it was Hump that moved first. So that's an illegal draw. And Australia can continue to apply the pressure on here as they're awarded the ball. But Hump does well to recover, wins the ball back on Allen, and Allen commits the foul. Good hustle by Hump.
Yeah, great recovery, because I think she was a little frustrated that she gave that ball away, and now England coming up the field with Ruby Smith.
Oh, and there was a check into the head. So Smith over to Oakley. Oakley's going to get it into the attack for England. No one behind yet for England to get the ball from Oakley. Brett's there now. Anderson has it up top to Smith. We're waiting for Lafferty to join the attack as Oakley steps back over. Good cut there by Whittle. Oh, but difficult pass to handle. And Australia come away with a turnover, and Hump, she now checks the Australian player Hiron into the head, so she goes forward behind. And again, that's that rushed attack by England.
That's right, and you mustn't put the stick near the head of the opponent. There's a real safety issue on that.
So again, we see Australia extend their lead to 3, and England rush their attack. Teams, as they begin to build a lead, sometimes the opposing teams rush their chances to try and get back in the game.
And you feel the impetus, it starts to go away from you, because you start to feel the whistle is against you when you start going behind on the scoreboard. So it's scoreboard pressure that starts to tell, really.
Yeah, Australia they've looked comfortable in attack and defense. It's 5-2. Wells with the ball. Hillier doing a good job marking her. Wells isn't going anywhere there. Great pressure by Hillier. Mollison now behind. Ball's up top to Burgess. Nielsen has it. And the England player steps in the goal circle again. That was Gloucester. And Australia going to have another opportunity here. Let's see what they do. Nielsen this time she decided to really push it there, step in. She got a good shot there, but fired high over the goal. Australia keep possession with Mollison. Rain's really coming down now at Surrey Sports Park. We're expecting heavy showers today. Adams now on Burgess. She's with her. And great job by Adams to funnel Burgess down the side, and McNabb with a good save there.
Yes, good save, and just what England needed, and hopefully now they'll take it up the field, put pressure on Australia and come away with a goal and just reduce that 3-goal deficit with 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes to go in the first half.
And there was another check by Allen into the head on Lafferty there. She tries to come away with the ball. She's passed to Oakley. Australia really looking to pressure the England midfield, but Merrifield has it to Brett. She goes behind to Anderson. Lafferty's in the middle, and a goal for England! Australia falls asleep in the middle, and Lafferty finishes. Great feed by Brett to recognize her there. Australia 5, England 3, Jane.
And a great move by Anderson to pull the ball away, feed Brett, who then noticed that Lafferty was free in the middle. Good team goal, that one.
Yeah, if you notice, England, when they brought the ball down, they were running hard at the Australia defense and not necessarily looking to go to goal, but up the tempo, up the pace. And Brett really took her time to find Lafferty, who was wide open in the middle. And you see everyone covered up with their umbrellas and ponchos and everything else as the rain's really coming down now. Here's the replay. Here's Australia here. That was the first goal of the game. And here's the England goal now.
That
Brett
was
collects
to Brett.
And a great finish by Lafferty. Key goal. Lafferty doesn't often get in the score sheet, but a great finish by her. We've restarted play from the draw, lose possession. And what happened there was Allen was moving the stick across her face. Oh no, referee, looked like she signaled she was moving the ball across her face. But she's giving the ball back to Australia. So Australia have the ball. Smith chasing Allen. So just over 4 minutes. Jane, what did you see there?
I also thought a little bit like the players, really, that she moved that stick across her face, but it's down to the umpire to make that call, and she chose to give it for a high stick by England, and that's what we have to go with.
Oh, and that was Lane free, but they don't connect the pass. Australia still have the ball. With Allen, Smith marking her. Burgess against Merrifield. Behind to Lane, and again they're looking to work that two-man game on the crease. Chan marking Quaz. Allen looking to pick off Chan, but Chan got through. Nielsen has it against Hillier. And what you see there is Australia with a great response. Nielsen got Hillier hung up on the crease, and Lafferty really needed to go help her there.
And certainly England are going to have to look at this crease roll as Australia are scoring by choice, really, going around that crease.
Yeah, they're just waiting to take their players away, and I wonder if they're going to. Here's the replay, and you see Lafferty. She gets hung up there. She really needs to come and double team, and just gets there too late. So there's Nielsen with a good step, sends Hillier the wrong way, and she's able to finish in the opposite corner. Good start for Australia here. They restore their 3-goal lead. Just over 3 minutes to play in the half. There you see the finish. Hayes back in the draw for England. Still Burgess there. Rain still coming down. The ball comes backwards. And Australia win the next draw. England dominated possession earlier, but Australia now been winning the centre draws, Jane.
Yeah, they seem to be maintaining possession quite a lot in this last 10 minutes of the game, and that's a key factor that England need to work on.
Hiron still got it. Up top to Quas, she drops it momentarily. Hillier marking her. Hillier's having a lot of defending to do in this game, but working hard. That's Hayes on Mollison.
And even while Australia played this out wide, they still had 2 players around the crease. One's just cut out to receive that ball now.
Yeah, you see Merrifield chasing away out to Allen there. Allen can't score from 20 meters. And Australia look to really extend their players out really high up outside to let the 2 players work the crease play behind. So 2 minutes left in the first half. Australia 6, England 3. Oakley marking Mollison on the ball. Look like Australia's setting up thing as Burgess comes to try and pick Oakley off. Gloucester on Burgess. Now Lane has it behind, Chan marking her. And there's a cut by Nielsen. Hayes is there to defend. Chan now marking Nielsen. And again, we see Lane going right on top of Chan there. They're looking to pick each other off. And Jane, do you think Australia are going to play for one last shot in this half? Because there's no pressure behind on Nielsen.
So, you know, there's a minute to go. There's nothing they like better than scoring, and I'm sure that they won't just hold it there. I'm sure they'll be looking to force something in the next minute.
So Nielsen takes a little step there. Hiron cuts through against Lynch. And a bit of movement from Mollison. She's been quiet in the game so far. It's been pretty much Hannah Nielsen dictating play behind that goal. She fakes the flip to Lane, still has it. She comes around again, and Chan needs to get to that post quicker. Oakley puts pressure on Mollison, comes away with it. Great ground ball by Oakley. England have 20 seconds here to get the ball to the other end. Trying to push it in transition. Anderson with it now. 13 seconds. There's a check around the body. Let's see what happens here. As the official set play. 13 seconds for England. That's plenty of time to get a good shot off. Got to make the right decision here. Anderson finds Lynch. To Simpson, a loose pass. 8 seconds left. And a quick, Brett's got it. England aren't going to get a shot off as we hit halftime here. And really that pass down to Simpson, by losing it, took a lot of time away from England to try and get that shot off.
Yes, that's right, and I'm sure that they would be much happier finishing the half in possession, but they would have been disappointed that they didn't take the shot there.
We're here pitch side with Trish Adams. So Trish, Australia scored the first goal in that half. Do you think that was key to the momentum?
Certainly. We're just looking, as I said at the start, to execute our game plan, and centre possession and coming up with the ball is certainly part of that. And I think the girls are doing a great job of executing everything that we're looking for and managing the play, which is great.
How have these wet conditions affected your play?
In Australia, the sun shines during the summer, but it's a winter sport, so we're used to the wet conditions, and we've just had to tighten things up just a little bit to make sure that we can still deliver those passes on point. They're doing a great job.
What will be your main message to the team? More of the same?
Just to continue with the confidence. I back the girls in their decision-making out there. They're doing an excellent job, so just to continue as is.
And a message to the Australian fans who've braved the rain?
Just to keep cheering for us. Obviously, we've got a smaller crowd, but they're doing a great job. We can hear them loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trish. I'll let you get back to your team.
Thanks so much.
So there's Coach Adams there. She'll be relatively confident with their team's first half performance.
Yes, I think, you know, if you go into a bronze medal game and you're 3 goals up at half time, that's a much better position to be in than 3 goals down. But the game has still got 30 minutes to go, and she'll be aware that there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, three goal lead, but what you'll see from Australia in the second half is to take long possessions because they've got that 3-goal lead. Try and take time off the clock and run that clock down in the second half. So England really are going to have to make the most of their possessions in the second half.
Yes, I think that's exactly what will happen, but I also think they'll continue with this crease attack. They'll make sure that they get that.
So we're about to see the replays here. Here's Australia's first goal. That got them off to a great start. That was late, and we discussed problems, Jane, all throughout the first half with England being able to mark the crease, and that was the first goal there. So you see Lane comes across, and Nielsen did a great job, and Hillier really needed to go stop the ball there, because if she didn't, Nielsen wasn't in a position to catch and shoot.
Yeah, just a bit of communication needed between the 2 defenders.
So that got Australia off to that early start, but England replied quickly with Brett here on the free position. And a good low shot between Hinks's legs. England have been successful, Jane, with the low shots.
Yeah, nice to see Sophie Brett firing one low here to level it at this stage.
So here you see it from a different angle. Brett, what happened was he had a good strong drive to draw that shooting space foul, and we haven't seen England really attack the Australia defense like she did to draw the foul and get the free position shot.
No, and that's what's happened in previous games, and we really need, England need all their attackers firing on all cylinders to make sure that they're being proactive rather than reactive.
And there's the second goal. You saw McNabb there. She was upset. She thought she could have had it because Lynch does a good job on high run to cut away the angle. And high run, she finished with power up high over McNabb's left shoulder. Good strong drive, but Lynch was there, fun her down the side, and McNabb just missed that one. This goal makes it Australia 2, England 1. And there you see the finish up over in the top right corner. And here's Australia's third goal, Jane.
Yeah, and that was the one where McNabb was caught in 2 minds. She was very aware of Nielsen behind the goal, and so was half covering that, but then left the goal wide open. And Burgess is too good a player to not see that shot and take it.
Yeah, and Burgess has been a key player for Australia on the draws, but she gets the goal there.
Yeah, and you know, Burgess has also scored before this game 18 goals anyway, so she's one of their high scorers.
And there we see Australia's 4th goal. And again, we talked about it all first half. England have to defend that crease better. At times they did it really well, but really were exposed when they didn't.
Yes, and that was the second goal, wasn't it, that they scored by using the crease well and by emphasising the lack of communication in some ways between the England defence.
So that made it 4-1. Sorry, 4-1.
There's that crease again. So I think that's 3 goals they've scored using that crease tactic.
And again, look at Australia as they celebrate here. They look relatively comfortable. But then here's the England second goal. And Anderson spots Merrifield. And it was good for Merrifield to get that early goal for her.
And every goal that Merrifield scores is good for the England team because she's a leader both on and off the pitch. So she'll make sure that she lifts the team when she does that. We see Anderson looking Merrifield cutting through, and a very straightforward, simple goal.
Here's the free position that got Mollison on the, or sorry, High Run on the score sheet for the second time. Again, same spot as the first goal.
Yeah, I think two things that Australia are doing is they're using the crease well, and they're also shooting high to McNabb's left-hand side of the goal, and I think all their goals have gone in one of those two ways.
Do you think they've seen that as a weakness at McNabb in previous games, or?
Well, they've certainly highlighted it in this game. I'm not even sure whether McNabb would be sure that that was a weakness, but they've been precision shots. That was a great team goal.
Great team goal, because England really get back in it here with the Lafferty goal. That made it 5-3. And Brett, again, we talked about in the semi-final game, there was a goal scored by England where the ball was on the floor and looked up straight away. Actually, it was in the Wales game yesterday where Phoebe Smith scored. You got to look up when you pick up that ground ball straight away. And here's the last goal of the half.
And unsurprisingly, it's another crease goal.
Crease goal in the same spot over at McNabb's shoulder there. You see Hilliard just gets beat there. And Nielsen with the classy finish. So there, and you see Lafferty was there just a step too late to help, and Australia take that comfortable 6-3 lead.
Yeah, and Nielsen's been quite quiet for most of the tournament, but she's certainly that big match player, isn't she? She's stepping up now and really leading the Australian team as captain and as main goal scorer at the moment.
And every team has a big match player. Nielsen clearly for Australia, as is Burgess and Mollison. Who are the England big team players that we can maybe look for to get some momentum back in the second half for England?
Merrifield should be will lead her troops well. She'll be the one that tries to keep them going. But there's a couple of other players that do that very well. Annie Hillier in defence is not a great loser. She's one of those competitors who just doesn't like losing, and that's what you need at this level. Hump, hopefully she'll step up a bit and Whittle inject a bit of pace up front.
Yeah, you see the England team there. Coach Collier's obviously given some instructions out to try and keep the players dry because we still have rain here. What do you think he's saying to him about the defence to maybe try and defend this crease play a bit better?
Hopefully it'll be a little bit more communication. Maybe take up the space a bit better. And, you know, leave everything on the field. You know, you've got 30 minutes, go for it.
Phil, just 3 goals in it. England ready to fight in the second half.
Yeah, there's 30 minutes to go. It's a bronze medal match. We've got to give it all we've got. The girls don't want to leave anything out there. No regrets, you know, so we're really going to go hard this second half.
Will we see a different approach in the second half, a different game plan maybe?
You'll have to wait and see. I can't give you any secrets on this, Mike.
No secrets, but what was the main message that was said just then in the team talk?
We want to gain more control. We want to have the ball longer in our attacking half of the field and make more use of it. I think we had 8 possessions in the first half, scored 3 goals. We need the ball more down that end of the field.
More control in the second half. Phil Collier's objective for this bronze medal match here on the Rathbones pitch at Surrey Sports Park.
Thank you, Alex. And I'm now joined in the commentary box by Paul Coops, former England coach. Paul, you've played against Australia numerous times, both as an England player and as a coach. Really difficult team to break. What are your thoughts on the first half as we enter the second half?
Well, it's been a captivating half of play. Australia taken 14 shots to England 7, and I think that's been the difference. I think Hannah Nielsen stepped up to the plate, the 4-year starter from Northwestern, clearly showing why she was the 2-time winner of the Tourathon trophy.
Yeah, we're just about to get started with the second half. Official setting now, Burgess for Australia again. Teams have swapped ends. So England will be attacking left to right. Australia right to left. Hayes in the middle. Both teams crash in. Hump comes away with the ball. Good initial center draw possession there for England. But she gets pressured by 3 Australia defenders. Oakley brings it down. And England really, Paul, good start to win that center draw, but really need to think about getting a quality shot in this possession.
Absolutely, and England started so well in the first half. 4 of the 5 first centre draws. Crucial to take this first one and create an attack.
So Whittle's on it. She's clearly hobbling on that leg there. She's basically had an injury all tournament, done really well to play. This is her 8th game in 10 days, Paul.
Yeah, she took a step in the first half, which clearly had a bit of a tweak to that injury. But she's thinking about battling through it, staying on the field.
Yeah, even she's one of England's key players, and even her presence on the field will be Australia have to pay attention to her just because he's got an injury.
Absolutely. And that's what the coaches are going to want to see, is players standing up and being tough.
So Anderson has it. She rolls inside, and a shot. Don't know if Hinks got a piece of that or if it came off the post. That was a good chance by England.
Interesting to see that Australia haven't changed their goalkeeper. Normally Australia are comfortable of changing their goalkeepers at half-time.
Yeah, Hinks had a good first half, even though England only had 7 shots.
She made 4 saves.
So the heavy rain returns to Surrey Sports Park here. Australia come for their first attack of the second half. Burgess has it. And again, we're going to see a real patient Australia attack here as they just work the ball around the outside. They're going to want to take some time off the clock as Mollison has it against Hillier for England. Gloucester puts pressure behind to Lane. England double team to try and win the ball back. Good pressure from England. As Nielsen drops it. Up top to Allen.
That was good pressure by England and good technique. Didn't commit a foul.
Yeah, really important to keep your feet in front of the person. And you can see the rain affecting the pitch there, as normally that ball would roll off the pitch. And Oakley just pushes Burgess off the field.
That will be annoying to the England coaches. That's a silly foul to give away in that position.
Yeah, silly foul. Burgess also maybe knew the contact was coming and tried to draw the call there from the official. High run drives. McNabb with a good stop. England have it with Chan. Australia putting a lot of pressure on in the midfield on the England clear. Lynch has it. She does a nice little spin move to get into the attack. And a good defensive stand there for England.
I think it was. Nice, comfortable save for Izzy McNabb. And a good clear.
Hump has it behind. She's being closely marked by Hunter. She looks to feed in the middle. And a flick goal in for England. Goal's given. Ball's on the floor, and Simpson, almost a hockey style, flicks the ball on the goal. Australia 6, England 4.
And that's a nice little poacher goal for Jenny Simpson, reacting very quickly to the ball on the floor.
Not the prettiest goal, but they all count.
They all count.
We saw Australia had a lucky bounce where in front of the goal where they retained possession, and England didn't recollect. Australia did a good job on that pass, defending that pass and put it on the floor, but Simpson just flicks it straight into the goal.
The Australian coaching staff will be disappointed with that. They got the ball down and didn't come up with it.
So here you see Hump, she feeds. Australia knocked the ball to the floor, but Simpson was there and flicks it straight into the corner. Hinks out of position there. So Hayes on the draw with Burgess. And Whittle's got it for England. Another good key win for England. She's fouled around the body by Varga. She'll go 4 meters behind. And again,
some
Whittle fouled.
Australian defence there.
We talk about the physical nature of the Australian play, but the officials call the push. That was McNamara. Whittle's going to take the ball behind. England attack with Simpson. Anderson has it, drops it. Kirchheimer chasing.
Anderson was looking at the goal there rather than at the ball.
Yeah, maybe got to catch the ball first, thinking about what she was going to do before she had it. Merrifield has it up top. Feed in tight to Lynch, and a goal!
It's a great goal by England.
Great cut by Lynch, great feed by Anderson, and a great start for England this second half.
England have come out firing here.
We saw Australia, their defense is even tighter in that. So they're looking to really crash on the, really protect that goal. But England have now snuck in with 2 goals, and you see the England bench, they're pumped for this. So Merrifield has it to Anderson on the side there, Paul. And Lynch with a great cut.
And we got timeout here called by Australia. Shows the pressure that England have put on the Australians since the half-time break. Australia have called the timeout, try and disrupt the England momentum.
Yeah. This next center draw crucial, because if England comes away with it, an opportunity to tie the game up, so there's going to be a lot of talk about England have come back starting on the center draw well, Paul, to get 2 possessions and 2 goals.
A couple of really crucial ground balls as well. Nice save by Izzy McNabb. I think England have come out really switched on.
And I think
the challenge.
I think the real pleasing thing from an England perspective is sometimes they rush on that clear in midfield, but they've been really composed because Australia are putting a lot of pressure on them, and they've done well.
They have done well, and I'll be expecting even more pressure to be placed on England from Australia. Australians are known for their robust play, especially against the England sides.
Well, we talked about that earlier. In lacrosse, Australia and England is no different than any other sport. And it's Burgess and Hayes again in the middle. We fully expect Australia to come out with a bit more intensity now after the good start by England. England fans back in the game, though. And the ball comes, ricochets. Hobbs has it. Pressured by England in midfield. And a loose pass there. Adams misses it for England, but Chan's going to get it. Good pressure there by England in the midfield. But Chan's being double-teamed and launches the ball to Lynch. But Oakley's going to collect.
That was excellent play by England there. Some really good pressure high up the field.
Now Lynch has got it. Merrifield's open on the left. She's about to receive it. And England into the attack. Anderson has it. Just on the right of the goal. To Lynch. And it looks like Australia are going to a zone here. The players are marking space, trying to protect that goal area. And we saw England play a zone against USA and got a lot of 3-second calls. Paul, talk about the 3-second call, because Australia have to be careful playing this zone as we see a foul called.
Inside the defensive marking area, you've got to be within a metre of a player. You can't just stand in there. If you're 3 seconds stood not marking anybody, that's a penalty, that's a foul.
And what's a good way? You've seen zone defenses against teams you've coached against. What's a good way for this England attack to try and break down this zone defense as we see the ball being moved around?
Quick ball movement, move yourself.
And sometimes you look for teams maybe to, as you say, keep moving, keep active, because then it's difficult for you have to really communicate well for Australia. And what do we see here? Could be a dangerous shot here.
This could be a yellow card.
Looks like Merrifield's going off for 2 minutes. Can't shoot through the defender there, so Merrifield's off for 2 minutes. This could be a key point in the game, as Australia going to have a 1-player advantage for 2 minutes. That was Banyard that got hit.
Laura Merrifield found a little seam there. Unfortunately, just turned and shot. Didn't see exactly where the rest of the defense was.
It's almost she knew she was going to come under pressure when she caught it and shot quickly. Didn't see Banyard there. So she's off for 2 minutes. Great opportunity here for Australia to extend their 1-goal lead, as England will have to defend for 2 minutes with 1 player down. But Whittle, a great interception. Oh, unlucky to flick it past her. That was a great play. but she keeps battling. And boy, she's really hobbling, but that was great hustle.
That was excellent hustle.
Shows how...
Taken a couple of knocks in this match. Australia have really targeted her.
And that's unfortunate. Banyard just ran straight into Hump there, and Hump held her ground, but Hump goes behind. And it just shows how much it means, this bronze medal game, to the players. Whittle just really, you can see she's hobbling, but going that extra effort.
Yes, and you want your players to stand tough in these situations. You want your best players on the field and to carry the odd knock.
So Australia are going to set up their play for this extra player advantage. You can see Hannah Nielsen creeping there, trying to get a step on the England zone that they're now playing, and a shooting space call. That's Quaz with the ball. Hillier just got caught there. And this is going to be a good chance for Australia, as the yellow card ticks down. But no shot on. Australia still looking to run their plays. And that was great. You could see what they were going to do there. Nielsen
worked
took
the post very well there.
Worked the post where Nielsen took one England defender away, which left Chan to mark two. And it was just a simple draw and dump feed for Burgess to score. That'd be a good response for Australia after the two early England goals.
Yes, nice response there from Australia, taking advantage of the player-up opportunity.
So Merrifield still in the box for that yellow card. Still some defending to do for England, as it's now Australia 7, England 5. As the draw's about to be set. Really crucial this draw set right. And the officials have seen maybe an early entry there, because it looks like Nielsen's going to restart with it. Officials call timeout to discuss exactly what the call was. But Australia are going to restart with it. England foul on the draw. Burgess has it. And a charge call. Oh, sorry, moving pick. And Simpson loves it. Getting the crowd into the game. Kirchheimer picked off Simpson there. Clearly didn't like the call. Sloppy play from Australia, Paul.
Very sloppy. That's perhaps where their aggressiveness goes a little over the top.
Oh, and Simpson does really well to avoid the triple team by Australia, because England are still down one player.
We'll see Australia press very hard here. England have got to keep composed in this situation.
Yep, keep composed, and they got to stay on side as Hillier steps over. She finds Anderson. Great play by England to ride that Australia pressure. We're back to full strength. Whittle now has it, and shooting space call there. Not quite a free position because she's a bit too far out there. So
As was pointed out by the Australian defender.
But she shoots anyway, and another high shot.
That wasn't a good shot to take, really, from there.
Now, Hanks has been pretty unbeatable up high for Australia. That's where we've seen all her saves.
Megan Whittle does like a high-to-high shot. She does generate a lot of power with it.
20 minutes to go. Bronze medal match here at the FIL Rathbones Women's Lacrosse World Cup. Australia 7, England 5. Chan switches on to Nielsen. Up top to Hobbs, the captain. She looks to draw shooting space, but Lynch was there.
Good technique on the cover there from Lynch. Didn't get caught in the shooting lane.
Yeah, she wasn't caught, she was sideways on. And a goal just trickles in for Australia. McNabb will be frustrated with that as she had a big piece of it.
I think she got a stick on that, definitely.
So Australia restored the 3-goal leads. Australia 8, England 5. And really, I don't think England were expecting that quick drive by Nielsen there, although she's been the most dangerous player for him so far.
She has, and as I mentioned when I first came on after half-time, Hannah Nielsen really stepping up in this game.
So just under 20 minutes to go. Lafferty comes into the draw for Burgess, against Burgess. Australia 8, England 5.
I think that Nielsen has been the difference between the two teams today.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the big difference, Paul, has been the clinical finishing by Australia versus the England shots where maybe not shot selection being a bit poor and Hinks up to the task.
Completely agree.
And the ball scrambles around in the midfield area. Kirchheimer came away with it, but she was fouled.
Going to come up Australia here.
Looked like Hump reached her stick in. Australia ball.
You're in trouble here if you look upfield.
And there's Mollison wide open in front as England were chasing the play. And that was an easy goal for her. England out of position there on the restart. And now Australia have a 4-goal lead. England losing their players there. Mollison was left free. Of course, on the whistle, you have to stand. And while the England players were all chasing the ball at the center draw, Mollison stood her ground. A clever play by Australia.
It was, and Mollison banked on the Australians coming up with the ball.
And that was a Simpson goal for the first goal of the half. But Australia 9, England 5. And there she is. Really takes her time. I thought she was going to go behind the goal, but took her time and finished well down low. And England come away with the draw. Lafferty won it. She was pushed. So the officials just positioning the players to restart play. Emma Oakley's got the ball. She finds Ruby Smith back on the field for the first time this half. She goes behind the goal. Now to Simpson. England sent some cutters through. Whittle with the ball. Up top to Lafferty. Merrifield has it to Anderson. Australia still in their zone defense. England now initiate their attack as Whittle cut through the middle free. Lafferty has it now. Passes it out to Merrifield. Good decision there.
That's got to be shooting space. I'm not sure how that wasn't called.
Not given. England retained the ball with Hump to Lafferty. To Anderson. Oh, a great chance.
That was
England
a very clear chance for England.
England really worked the ball well there to find Anderson free. Great movement by England. That's better. Simpson's going to restart. To Smith. She looks to drive in. Australia have to be really careful here not to draw 3 seconds. Off the post by Hump.
That's
another great chance.
That's a big miss by England. Two very high quality chances on this attack, and they really needed to have taken one of those.
Yeah, and on the loose ball, there was just a check into the body there. You see the replay. So Australia going to restart. Hiron brings it across. Smith chasing her. Good job by Smith to get her feet in front. Great pressure by her. Hump has it. Simpson's free down the middle. She feeds Whittle. Australia back in defense. Advantage being played. And let's see where they restart here, because it looks like there was a second foul there as Whittle looked to drive into the Australia goal. Official stop play to reset this properly. England are going to have a free position chance here with Whittle, and I see there it is. There's one foul, and there's another. Yeah, Australia coach clearly not happy with that on the side. Look at Simpson down low here for England. Could be a feed down low or a shot. Let's see what happens. Goes to Simpson, and a finish down low. England goal.
And that goal really was caused by excellent midfield defence, turning the ball over in midfield, centre area, and quick transition up.
Yeah, one thing, when you have those good chances, you love to see your attack chase back after maybe they lose the ball in a turnover or an unlucky shot. They worked hard, won the ball back, and here's a free position. Whittle's looking at Simpson. Feeds down low. Simpson comes around and finishes low again. Hinks having difficulty with the low shots as England get their 6th on the board.
Hinks is a tall goalkeeper. Getting down to those low shots can be difficult for tall goalies.
England struggled on those free positions. They had 4 free positions against Wales in the quarterfinal and didn't finish any of them, but England finished that one. And a foul on the draw.
Went early.
So Hump's going to restart.
Burgess questioning the official there.
Yeah, the Australians are clearly not happy with some calls. And there's a Burgess fouls Merrifield, advantage being played. Laitolis back on the field to Whittle. Australia still in their zone. Smith has it now. To Anderson. Anderson just loses it momentarily. Feet inside, that look wasn't on. But Merrifield comes away with it. Held check there. When you check the ball, it has to be a quick downward movement. The Australians just held their sticks in there, so England retained the ball. Great bronze medal match here. Oh, and Hump fires over the goal. Another great chance for England.
Another good chance, but nobody behind. As Simpson drove up, there was nobody replacing it behind the net.
So Australia collect the ball on the shot. You actually saw England there working the crease. As you see, Simpson comes across, shot high, Hump on a non-preferred left hand. But Australia come away with it.
Coach Collier would be disappointed nobody had rolled round into the vacant spot behind to back up the shot.
So Australia come back on the attack. Halfway through this second half. Even though, Paul, we don't have great weather, we've been treated to a great game this far.
High intensity, good standard.
And you see Laitolis doing a great job to win the ball back as England break with Smith. Fast break opportunity. Whittle drives through the middle, shoots over the top. England going to keep the ball here. That was another good chance for England. Misses the target though.
Good transition play by Red.
So Anderson's got it behind. And officials have seen 3 seconds. They're still in that zone. So who's the official picked out here? It looks like Kirchheimer's going to have to go 3 behind. So Kirchheimer, she was marking Whittle. Now Whittle's free up top, and the Australia defense there are talking about if the ball goes there, how they going to mark it. But it goes to Hump, and they just rotate around. But Smith cuts through, misses. Another good chance for England. Brett collected it to Anderson, to Laitolis. Brett comes around, loses the ball, got bumped as she caught it. Good defense by Australia as Kirchheimer brings it across, but she drops the ball. England put pressure on. As Kirchheimer falls over, looking for something, the official. I think she tripped over her own feet there, though. So Australia on the attack behind with Burgess. Gloucester marking her. Up top to Quaz. She steps around Chan. Burgess free in the middle. McNabb does a good job to knock that ball down and draw.
I think England got away with that one.
Got away with that, but McNabb saw the pass coming, knocked the ball to the floor. And Oakley was there quick to retrieve it and was fouled. Emma Adams comes away with it now for England. She circles behind to Chan. Smith has it. Gets the ball to Lytolis. She uses her speed to get past lane, no problem.
Fantastic acceleration there.
One of England's fastest players. Anderson now has it to Brett. Intensity really picking up here in the last few minutes, as England have had a few great chances, but really hustled to win a lot of balls.
They have, and you can only admire the tenacity of this England team.
They're certainly not giving up as England make a few changes here. As Hayes is back on the field to Brett. Eleven and a half minutes to go. Australia 9, England 6. Anderson's got it. England being patient here, taking their time. They want to wear down this Australia defense to try and get another goal. Up top to Whittle. Risky pass. Whittle gets pushed. Yellow flag was given, so there's an advantage being played in that attacking area. It was Burgess on the push, and England have a chance here. She was just outside the 11. What's she going to do here? She steps in, shoots right at the goalie, Hinks. But Hinks outside her area. Good pressure again by England.
Yeah.
Hump get it back. As Whittle's knocked to the floor in the middle there, no call. She even had her goggles knocked off. She's talking to the official. England doing well to retrieve the ball off these shots, but better shot selection really needed here, Paul.
No, for sure, and Hinks stood up again. Excellent save, but good pressure by England to
Whittle
get the ball
steps
back.
around. Allen fouls her.
Megan Whittle's really taking the attack to Australia at the moment, and they're struggling to.
So here we see the replay with Hump. And you saw Allen just push her right straight to the floor. Whittle drives against the Australia defense. Nothing on there. Australia good to recover. Really crowded in front of that goal area. Hayes has it behind. To Hump, she comes around, and a goal for England! Australia slow to pick up Hump. It was Hump who finished well on the left-hand side, beating Hinks.
And it's good to see Olivia Hump stepping up here. It's a good finish on her left hand. She has been quiet today.
Yeah, well, England have big game players, as there's a timeout called on the fields. Megan Whittle, you can see she's been really pushing the tempo in the England attack. Here's the replay. There's Hump. And it was number 19, Varga, who just got there way too slow. And that was a better finish by Hump. Takes her time, sees Vargas out of position, and finishes in the right or left corner of the goal.
Coach Adams will be disappointed with the defense on this, I think.
And we talk about the big game players. We were talking about Megan Whittle before. She plays at Maryland University, national champion there. They finished their season unbeaten, so she's played in big games. Olivia Hump at Princeton University is a big game player. So England have plenty to choose from here, Paul.
They do, and they've not let Australia get away from them. They've kept coming back. Plenty of time left in this game. 9:41 still on the clock.
And again, we talk about the center drills all the time. This is a crucial one at this stage of the game.
Getting right down to the crux of the matter. all going to be about possession. It's all going to be about who wants that ball.
And the fans are being treated to an excellent bronze medal match here. Really high level lacrosse. So Hayes back in the middle against Burgess. Burgess has been busy in the middle today. The England fans are cheering. Umpire sets the draw. One thing we haven't heard is the Australian fans at all.
Yes, usually the Australian fans are quite vocal.
Here we go. A good draw there by Australia. Allen runs into the England pressure.
That's a good ground ball by Australia.
Yep, McNamara comes away with it. Great ground ball by her, but England try and win the ball back.
Around there, Dave, to come up with that is very good.
So Kirchheimer steps across. And it was Hayes that reached around the body there. So Kirchheimer has it. Behind to Lane. Hillier marking her. Australia going to look to take their time here, try and run that clock down with their 2-goal lead. Chan applying the pressure to Nielsen. So what's the official scene? Looks like 3 seconds to Laura Merrifield. So she'll be positioned behind Nielsen as they restart with Hobbs to Hiron. Australia really not pass the ball around the outside. They're quite active on the restart there, cutting through. Hiron has it. Paul, when do you think England will be thinking they need to extend the pressure? We saw it in the first game. Maybe they did it too early and gave away a lot of goals at the end of the game. When do you think they'll do it here? As we see a double team.
I think we'll start to see it in certain areas of the field. So like then the ball was behind, and I think that they wanted to put some extra pressure on the ball. We'll maybe start to see that happen.
And Australia, sloppy pass there. Lane throws it off. Didn't see where Nielsen was. Thought she was in one spot, but she was in another. And McNabb will restart the goal circle. She was the closest when the ball went out. Closest England player.
It's a big mistake that by Australia.
Big mistake. Maybe Australia feeling the pressure here, Paul.
I think all the athletes are going to feel the pressure. So this is their last 7.5 minutes of this World Cup for them.
But Australia slowing down the England transition here. Putting a lot of pressure in the midfield. Adams has the ball for England. Looking for an opening. She finds Lynch. Lynch is going to carry it across against Hobbs. Whittle being closely marked there by McNamara. Looks like Australia maybe switched back to their man defense, Paul.
They've come out of the zone. They want to put a bit more pressure on the ball carrier.
So Brett has it against Kirchheimer, up top to Merrifield. Merrifield drives against Allen. Allen swipes there, no call. Bit reckless with the stick. Whittle's got it. To Hump. England players clear through. Oh, behind the back. Whittle is free there. She's slow to get up. Another great chance for England.
It's a lovely bit of skill by Megan Whittle.
Here we see it. Wraps the ball behind her, but over the top of the goal. Great to get that shot off as she was falling to the ground. So Hump has it. And what's the official scene here? Looks like number 19 there, Vargas, stepped in the goal circles. Hump went around. Let's see what she does here on the restart. She steps in, shoots, and England goal! What a shot! What a shot. She was looking to feed, but stepped with no angle and beats Hinks. Australia 9, England 8.
Hinks will be disappointed with herself on that, I think. to get beaten in that position.
So England fans are on their feet. Here's a replay. And again, B Tinks down low. Hump, great presence of mind there to look away, look at the feet, and then wraps her stick around right into the bottom corner.
Coach Adams has felt it's a change of goalkeepers needed. Hussey comes on for the remainder of the game.
So Hussey comes in. There she is. Hussey's in with 5:41 to play. But Australia win a key draw there.
Hannah Nielsen steps up for the Australians.
She's been the difference maker for Australia as Lane brings the ball across. Adams marking her. Adams, good pressure on there.
One goal game with 5 minutes left, and it's about composure under pressure here.
So Oakley now marking Quaz. Quaz gets a step on her. She steps in, draws a foul. Good hard dodge there by Quaz. So it's Oakley that fouled her there. England defense are going to have to talk this through as Quaz goes behind. No threat there. Looks like England marking much closer now, thinking that Chan might get the ball away from Quaz here. They're locking off their players, backing Chan to try and win the ball back.
They definitely like this matchup.
And Laitolis, what we saw there is a great play by England. Laitolis was hiding on the restraining line, and she hopped over to double team when Quaz came up top there. There's a great play by England. That was scripted to get the ball back. And they come across with Smith. The crowd's on the feet. Smith is hurt on the play, on the push.
And that's a blatant foul to stop the runner.
Looks like she got it right in the ribs.
A lovely defensive play by England. Something that they've obviously practiced.
So there's a foul right in the ribs. Pushed there by Hiron. And here we see Lafferty on the ball as we restart. Merrifield's got it. 3:45 to go as the rain comes back. Hump behind. Brett has it to Hump. Back to Brett. To Anderson. Australia back in the zone. Shooting space called.
This will be a test for Hussey.
Test for Hussey. And we heard a whistle, but an early movement there. The officials are going to restart play. Clock still winds down. No shot by Anderson behind the hump. 3 minutes to go in this bronze medal game. England down by 1. Need a goal here. And again, what's happened there was number 2, Hobbs, put a toe in the circle, and she's positioned out. Will we see the same thing here? No. Hump goes behind, being pressured by Hiron. To Brett, up to Anderson. 2:30 to go. To Lafferty. She feeds Hump. And a goal for England! England level the game with 2:22 to go. And the fans are going crazy here at Surrey Sports Park.
Fantastic bit of skill there by Olivia Hump. But a great feed from the top to spot her.
What a comeback by England. They were down by 4 goals, 4 unanswered goals, and here's the replay. Lafferty's got it up top. She sees Hump cutting, and Hump with the quick release behind her back, around her body. What a goal to tie the game, Paul.
Absolutely fantastic here. composed England attack. Australia just making an error defensively with somebody going into the goal circle.
What a finish there by Hump. Unbelievable. She's fallen down, and it's Australia 9, England 9. 2:22 to go. And boy, the players are going to be really flying in for this ball.
Centre possession so crucial. The ground ball.
And Nielsen enters the circle early. England have the ball.
Mistakes coming into play here.
Australians are rattled.
As I said earlier, this is where you need composure under pressure. It's what the coaching staff from both sides are going to be looking for.
Hayes will restart it. She's pressured by Allen. Oakley drops it. And a bit of, you can see the England nerves now that they're back into it, but Adams has the ball. They look to, Australia looked to trap her on the side, but she finds Lynch to Hayes. Good pressure here by Australia.
Very good pressure by Australia, making England really work the ball up the field.
1 minute 40 left. England have the ball, but they're in the midfield area. They need to transition the ball into the attack, but Australia are doing a great job here, keeping them at bay. England need to find a way through this midfield trap here as Lynch runs her way through. And we have a stoppage. Australia, Hannah Nielsen is going to go off for 2 minutes. She's been yellow carded. What a great chance here for England with 1:18 to play.
And that just shows where we are in the match. Trish,
there was no way
to be very disappointed.
You see here, she swipes there, not in control of her stick, even though she didn't make contact with Lynch. You have to be in control of your stick. And England have a great chance here with 1:15 to go. They have a player advantage, and we know Coach Collier's got to play for this ball.
He does. He's known for his tactics.
So they're looking to work their play. They're just moving the ball around. Brett's got it. To Hayes, to Lynch. Merrifield has it now. 50 seconds to go. To Whittle. And she's fouled by Allen. Another dangerous play by Australia. .45 seconds to go. Play stop for Allen to do her shoe.
Australian coaching staff are working hard to get information onto the field.
Yep, Hump's open down low. Wonder if the pass will go there. They'll work their play. Anderson has it. To Lynch. Lynch drops it. She gets the ball to Merrifield. To Hump. Oh, misses.
Staying England's ball.
Good backup there by Whittle. Carrying that injury. She got to the line first. 30 seconds left to play. She goes against Kirchheimer. To Merrifield. To Lynch. To Anderson. Hump. She pushes the post there to Brett. Very crowded in front of the goal. Australian good tight defense with this player down, but Anderson has it. 12 seconds. Whittle steps across. She gets checked. To feed. Oh, what a great chance for England. Shot. No goal outside of the net. And we're going to extra time, Paul.
And that's it.
What a finish. And what a comeback by England.
Heading into overtime.
So what we're going to have...
really had the chance there, Dave.
Had the chance. Hayes was free in the middle there. Here it is. There's Hayes wide open. What a glorious chance for England to finish the game. And there you see Anderson just on the outside of the net.
And I think we've seen there.
So there's the Australian huddle, Paul. What are they saying at this moment?
I think we just saw there that last 2 minutes. We had Hannah Nielsen make a mistake with a swipe, and we see England missing a a golden opportunity to take the bronze medal.
Yeah, so Hayes, what she needed to do there is really just catch it, cradle it, and shoot it. She was standing still, but what a glorious chance.
But that's the pressure of the situation.
So what
coaching staff now are going to be stepping in, trying to compose their players, trying to make sure that they understand how to focus their minds, just go through the game plan again.
So what we're going to have now with this extra time period is we play 2 3-minute periods. 2 3-minute periods. And basically they play out like they would in football. And if the scores are still after that, we're going to golden goal.
So let's focus on the next 2 periods of play before we even think about
golden goal. But we've had some golden goal games here in this tournament. We saw Wales lose to Israel in a golden goal, and actually Israel had 2 golden goal wins, one in the playing game against Japan, and so here's some goals. This is the first one for England, where the ball went to Florian. Simpson had the presence in mind to flick the ball in the net pole.
And it's a goal such as that which is very demoralising for a defence.
And there was Lynch. That was a great start in the second half for England. And there's Mollison there, where off the restart, restored the lead for Australia. She was left wide open there.
She was. That was when England were trying desperately to get that ball from the centre and left themselves exposed at the back.
And at this point, England were down 9-5, had to really work hard. And when you heard Coach Collier talking about playing with pride, talking about playing with passion and performance, we certainly saw that, Paul, in the last quarter of that game.
I think the last 15 minutes has been fantastic play by England. They've really taken it to Australia.
So there's Hump. That got England back in the game to start the going run, and here she is again. What a last few minutes she's had in this game. Really got England. We talked about her being a big game player. She's risen to the mark here.
She's definitely stepped up to the plate, and she's really delivered for.
And what a classy finish that was. One of the best goals of the tournament, to be able to finish that as she was falling backwards.
Falling backwards. I think also we must understand the situation of the game to take that shot.
So it was interesting, the goalkeeping change, as we've got some stats from the end of the 60 minutes. Hinks was changed as she was having difficulty, but she actually had 10 saves in the game. Changed to bring Hussey in, and Hussey's coming cold really without a warm-up. She missed her first shot. She hasn't been shot on during the period here while the teams have been having instructions. I would have thought that Coach Adams would have been trying to get her warmed up, but it's Hinks that comes back into the goal. Another goalkeeping change for Australia. And here we go, extra time, bronze medal match at the FIL Women's Rathbones World Cup, Lacrosse World Cup. Can't ask for much better than this, Paul.
This is absolutely riveting. Can't take your eyes off it.
So England are still going to have a player advantage as Nielsen's still in the box. I think it's just under a minute that Nielsen's still in there. So this center draw is crucial, because if England come away with it, they'll go into the attack with the 55-second player advantage. Hayes wasn't happy with the way the ball was set there, so she's asked the officials to reset it. You saw Hayes just stood up there, said she wasn't happy, so the official resets the ball. Got to get it right at a crucial stage of the game here. Oh, so it's actually 41 seconds as Smith was fouled. England attacking left to right. Kirchheimer fouled Smith there. She got in quick on the draw. So England will come away with it with 40 seconds left on the player advantage. She beats Hobbs into the attacking third. Kirchheimer gives chase. And Australia are offside here. Don't have enough players in their attacking part of the pitch. So the officials will just reset the play. England have it with Hump. To Brett. Finds Merrifield to Smith. Whittle comes to receive the ball to Hump. And a big save by Hinks.
Faked high and went high.
Yep. She had a good look there. Anderson gives chase to Hinks. As Australia have the ball. Mollison loses it. Chan dives to the floor to try and get it.
Good England pressure this.
But both teams are back to full strength as Lane comes to get the ball. And we're in the first extra period, 2 minutes to play. Good pressure by Oakley, but advantage given. Official sole push there. Burgess gets a step on Gloucester, but quick to recover. Good hustle by Oakley to be there for a double team if needed. Hobbs has it, Merrifield marking her. And there she is again, Nielsen with the ball. Adams behind.
Australia are going to want to see Hannah Nielsen step up to the plate here at the end of the game.
Australia haven't used the crease like they did in the first half to build that lead. It looks like they're going to go back to it with Lane joining her. And that's exactly what they're doing with Oakley and Adams. And one minute left. Nielsen taking her time.
Australia soaking the clock up here to try and get one good shot off.
Yeah, and Paul, they're probably looking to take a little bit about the momentum away from England here, because they've clearly had it the last part of the game. Nielsen still has it against Adams. She feeds Hiron. Hayes there. Pressure there. Lane goes down. Looked like Chen just held their ground there, but they're just checking to make sure she's okay. Here's the replay, Paul. And you saw Chen just did come in a little bit there. So play stopped. Lane's back to her feet. So Australia are going to restart with it. 26 seconds in this first extra time period. And you see Chen comes across, sort of a stick into the body, and she went down hard, Paul.
Yeah, some aggressive English defence there.
So the rain's still
rightly been pulled up for a foul.
Rain's still coming down at Surrey Sports Park. Lane's got a bit of an angle here. Adams has to be careful she doesn't go into shooting space here when the play restarts. On off the post. Great shot by Lane off the post. England fortunate. Mollison comes around. She drives hard against Gloucester. Great play by Gloucester. Well, it looks like a check into the head there. Late whistle. 10 seconds left in this period.
That was nice attacking play by Australia.
Here's the replay of the shot. And off the left upright of McNabb. Mollison's now got exactly same spot. Officials restart it now. Pass to Lane. Up top to Hiron. She's trying to get a shot off. Ball goes to the floor. Adams picks it up. Good ground ball by Adams. And that's the end of the first extra time period. No blood, Paul.
England did very well defensively then under strong pressure from the Australians.
Strong pressure, and this next draw could be the game decider here.
This bronze medal match is on a knife edge.
Teams swap sides. They don't go to the touchline to get any more coaches' instructions, but there's some changes coming in, some players swapping around, but the teams just swap ends and we restart play. Second extra time period. Hayes in the middle against Burgess. It's been a real battle between those two on the center draw.
Absolute knife edge. Can't separate these teams.
And the officials set the draw. This draw absolutely crucial. Hayes not happy again. So she asks the official to reset the ball with so much at stake. Hayes wants to make sure she gets it right.
As coaches, we do tend to talk about the dark arts of taking the centre.
The ball goes up. And Australia come away with it with Burgess. Advantage being played. She's still got the ball. Key win for Australia. Oakley pressuring her. Quaz has the ball to Hiron. Behind Delane. And the Australians are going to soak up some more time here and take their time. Make sure they get organized into the spot they want it. Won't be surprised if Nielsen gets her stick on the ball here in the closing stages. But Mollison has it now. Chan marking her. Now, Lane has it behind. Adams just in front marking her. There's Quaz again, matched up against Oakley. She steps in, gets a step, and fires high over the net. That was a great chance by Australia.
She was in there.
A real change of pace there, Paul.
Strong run. Coach Adams will be disappointed seeing that ball go across over the crossbar.
So Inglis escaped that. 1:45 left. Mollison has it. She fakes the flip to Hiron. Still has the ball. Hiron has it now against Lynch. And Quaz has it again. Looks to get the step on Gloucester, but Gloucester was there. Merrifield now against Burgess. Now Australia have two stacks on either side. They're looking to pick players off and try and get someone free, but they have that ball in Nielsen's stick again.
Nielsen just had a quick look at the clock.
1 minute left. She's clearly playing for the last shot here. Going to wind the clock down as Oakley just stays in front. Doesn't want to extend pressure too much.
Another look at the clock.
40 seconds left.
Usually around the 30-second mark that things will start to get interesting.
Nielsen just directing traffic at the moment. Giving the instructions. She's basically telling them to get out of the way, Paul, because she wants this.
She does.
Chan switched on her. She comes across. 20 seconds. Good defense by Chan. 15. Gloucester on her now. 10 seconds left. Mollison with the ball. Feed to the middle. Great defense by England, not to give away the free
really
position.
Great
defense by England. Ball's onto the floor. And we got golden goal time. Excellent England defense there to not give away the foul. That's what the Australians were looking for. And, oh boy, golden goal time.
And that was a lovely cut by Hannah Nielsen. Got herself into a similar position that Olivia Hunt earlier in the game. But the England defence stood their ground, blocked her out, didn't commit the foul.
So the teams now, after this period, they get to go to the coaches, have a quick huddle. But my word, chances for both teams. We saw Hayes have a great chance. And then Australia had a great chance with Quaz where she had the dodge and fired over the goal. So both teams have had their chances. And you see Coach Collier giving instructions to his team. What does he say now, Paul?
He'll be talking to them about focusing on their own game plan, staying calm, keeping things simple. If the ball's there, pick it up. If you're the defender, stand in the way. If you're the attacker, make the pass. Put your shot on target. And I'm sure that Coach Adams will be saying something very, very similar.
Exactly the same. And boy, what pressure on the Australia team. They've never not medaled in a World Cup. And to be at this stage where it's come down to a golden goal, pressure's really on them at this stage.
It will be, but I don't think that Coach Adams will have mentioned that as something that you will not talk about at this stage.
And I suppose England, the pressure of a home World Cup, wanted to come away with the medal. So both teams will be feeling it with this first center draw of the golden goal periods. So you'll see the clock will be set to 3 minutes again. So each golden goal period will be 3 minutes until we have a goal. Hayes just stretching herself there to try and get ready. Burgess won the last draw. So we got Hayes against Burgess. Australia 9, England 9. England still attacking left to right. Australia. And that draw did not go above head height, so that'll be reset. Looked like Burgess just pushed it forward. Didn't really draw the ball upwards there, so a bit like a collapse scrum, so the ball will be reset.
Crowd is strangely silent. There's a lot of tension in the crowd.
I think they're just as nervous as what the players are. So the ball goes up. Bit of a scramble. Bodies on the floor. Looks like Hump had it for a second. Which way is she pointing here? Because Hump had the ball. And it looks like the ball's been awarded to Lane of Australia. So Australia are going to have the first chance as Hump gives chase. Mollison has it, Oakley marking her. High run looks to dodge against Hayes. Good defense there. And it looks like Australia have gone back to work in the crease with Nielsen and Lane, but the ball pops up top to Quaz. Good defense there by Adams. Ivan has it. Hayes marking her. Rain really coming down here. It's really not let up in this match. And there's it, feet in front. Great defense by England. Merrifield comes away with it. Advantage being played. Gloucester has it. And another foul called. Good defense by England. A bit of a force by Australia in the middle.
Such good defense. Under such pressure. Calm heads.
So Oakley has it to Brett. England have a chance now with 1:45 to go in the extra time period. This is their first attack. They haven't been in the attacking end too much since the first extra time period, as Australia essentially held the ball. Whittle has it to Lynch. England may be now playing for a shot, but with it being golden goal, game's over. So they're just setting themselves up. Merrifield has it to Lynch. Hayes clears through. Pops back out.
I think they like this matchup.
So that's Hobbs marking Lynch. Lynch taking her behind. Gives the ball to Hump. Australia man-to-man defense. Simpson now in the crease, looking to do exactly the same thing as what the Australians were doing to England.
As we mentioned before.
Brett's got it to Lynch.
Hump and Simpson from the same same village. I think they were looking at a two-player move there.
So 30 seconds left. England have to push the tempo here to get a shot before this period expires. Simpson's got it now. Whittle cuts. Looking to feed Hump in the middle. 15 seconds now left as Merrifield drops it. England have to go here. She drives in. Feeds down low. Oh! There was a charge called. Merrifield charged into the Australian defense, so that shot wouldn't have counted. So you see it here, Hobbs is set, and Merrifield just goes straight into her. Merrifield really should have got rid of it sooner. Hump missed anyway. 8 seconds left. Australia going to look to really push it to get down the other field for a quick shot here. And she launches the ball. Another foul spotted. Trying desperately to get the ball to the other end.
England have got to stay composed in defence here. The ball's going to be coming, and it's a 3-on-3 in a very large area.
So Hobbs launches it again, and it goes off the stick of Quaz. McNabb comes out to get it. She launches it back, and we've got another 3 minutes, Paul.
And there's nothing between these teams at the moment.
So they're just going to swap around. So unlike football, we won't have a penalty shot period. We basically play 3-minute periods until someone scores.
We will, and we're back to another centre draw. Australia have come up the last 3. England have had to win the ball back to play attack.
So it's still Hayes and Burgess. Team swap ends. So Australia will now attack left to right.
England better hurry up here. They've got too many players on the pitch.
Yeah, England have too many players on the pitch. They wait for Oakley to get off. And it looks like Coach Collier's made an instruction from this side to change Hump to the middle with Hayes on the outside. Official set the draw. This is our second golden goal period. So Merrifield crashed in there. We just saw a shot of Trish Adams.
It's going to be England ball.
Trish Adams clearly not happy with the officiating. Adams did well. You can see the excitement. She got fouled on the draws. It scored it to her. She circles behind. We're going to see this Australia pressure to try and prevent England from getting in it to attack. That's Mollison on the ball. Marking Hillier.
Quickly.
England really need to get it to the other end so they have a chance to score. Adams has got it. She tries to engage the Australian defense, but a loose pass there. Adams tried to draw the defense in and pass it off to Hayes, but Hayes lost the ball. And now Australia have the ball, and they're going to have another chance here. Nielsen's got it.
England will be disappointed with themselves there. They finally got a sense of possession. Lost the ball in their own half with a handling error.
So you see Laitolis hovering around the restraining line. I wonder if England will, if they get the opportunity, step a player over and she comes to double team the ball. But we've got 1:50 left. Australia in possession. Quaz has it against Adams. Behind to Mollison.
They've gone to that option quite a few times, the Australians.
Hillier marking her. And Mollison fires over top. And Merrifield.
It's going to be red.
It's going to be England ball. Merrifield beats Hyman to the ball. Great hustle by Captain Merrifield.
That was great goalkeeping by Izzy McNabb. That's what forced the shot high.
But great defending by Hillier. She took away the angle, forced Mollison into that shot. Hillier now has the ball. And a dangerous pass into the middle to Adams there. But Adams does well to collect it. She finds Gloucester. Foster finds Smith here on the left.
Ruby Smith's going to use a pace here against Hobbs.
Hobbs fouls her. 1:07 left. England are going to get a chance to attack here.
Whittle's a great option on this left-hand side. Ruby Smith didn't pass it.
But Merrifield's got it. "50 seconds. And you can see from our angle here, the rain is absolutely coming down. The players doing so well to stay on their feet and play in these conditions.
Very difficult conditions for stick skills as well.
I mean, the standard of lacrosse has been exceptional in this game. Rain not affecting him as Smith looks to drive against Nielsen. Brett has it. 20 seconds. Smith loses the ball. Brett has it.
That's a great
retrieval.
Sophie Brett.
12 seconds left. Middle drive. Whittle drives. And she's fouled. No goal. No goal. Whittle was fouled on the play.
The ball went to ground.
Ball went to ground, so the whistle will blow.
Ball went to ground. Umpire is right.
So here's the replay. Whittle drives. You can see she's fouled across the body. What looked like Simpson called it. It didn't go to ground. Simpson called it, but the referee stopped play. Whittle's going to restart here. 8 seconds. Whittle scores! England win! England win! England win! The bronze medal at the Rathbones World Cup.
They're going to check Whittle's stick.
She's got to pass the stick check. She's got to pass the stick check. The goal's given. England win! They win the bronze medal, Paul! What a comeback! What a win! Whittle gets her first goal of the game to win the bronze medal for England. Their first medal since 2005.
Australians are devastated.
And Jane Powell up in the commentary booth. She's been working 4 years to get to this point for England to get the bronze medal. You can see her. She's absolutely delighted with the England team. Jane, what do you think?
All those things come out over the moon. Fantastic. What a great advert for lacrosse, but what a fantastic win for England. 4 goals down, pulled it back, won in double lot of extra time. Brilliant.
We're both in tears up here, pumping fist. We're so pleased. Coach Collier has done an amazing job, and his management team, and the players, unbelievable. And you see Annie Hillier getting the fans on their feet. England are bronze medal winners.
Absolutely amazing scenes here. Absolutely amazing. Just can't believe that we pulled it back from 4 goals down against the tough Aussies. The Aussies who've never, ever not won a medal at a World Championship.
Never not won a medal, and England's taken it from them. Australia 9, England 10. Unbelievable. I'm lost for words, Jane.
I'm just, yeah, it's very emotional, but it's one of those moments in sport.
Here's the goal. Here's the winner.
She takes it in and shoots high.
And Hinks was so good up high in the game, but the pressure of the shot, and Whittle was so determined in this game to get that goal, and she gets the winner for England.
Absolutely amazing, and you can see the reaction of all the girls. You know, you can see the deflation and of the Aussies, but you can see the English just going frantic, and this is what real sportsmanship's about. You just look at these girls just congratulating each other, and yet the Aussies will be devastated.
I mean, the conditions they've had to compete in with this driving rain throughout the whole game, and the standard of lacrosse didn't suffer. We were treated to an excellent game, and one of the things I noticed, Jane, as they finished shaking hands, and the England team are over the moon, and they're going to come thank their fans for being so. Look at them. What a scene. I was going to say Emma Adams is on the field a lot today. She was a bronze medal winner and beat Australia in the Under-19 World Cup.
That's right. She must be a lucky omen against Australia.
She's not lost to Australia in these medal matches, but what a scene. What a scene. Unbelievable. And the rain's still not lit up, and the fans are still here, though, because
What was the half-time score? 6-3. 7 goals left.
yeah, so
You can see the scenes, you can see these girls
scenes.
just going over to their fans, you know. Words are not enough to explain the delight they're feeling and just the sheer ecstasy.
Olivia, player of the game, a hat-trick, the bronze medal, how does it feel?
Oh, there's no feeling like it. I mean, to play with this team for this country in front of this crowd, it's really a dream come true. And I'm just proud of every single member of our team. Australia gave us an incredible game. I think this was the game of the whole tournament, and both teams played fantastic through the weather till the end, and I just love my team.
From 9-5 to 9-all, what made the difference?
I think for us it was just doing the little things. We got incredible defensive stops and defensive turnovers, clearing the ball up the field and just knowing we could finish.
And any words for your fans who, like you, are completely drenched?
Thank you so much for coming out. This was incredible.
Now go and enjoy your bronze medal for the first time since 2005.
Thank you.
Game with some key goals. Unbelievable game. Olivia Hump, player of the match. She's used to those big games. You see the England fans still celebrating. I think my wallet's going to get a little lighter after this game, that's for sure. But England with a great win, Jane.
Yes, and England held Australia there for 35 minutes without scoring. And it's just a phenomenal feat in this weather conditions. I mean, it's absolutely tipping it down. So to be able to hold your stick and defend for 35 minutes without conceding, fantastic.
Here's the winner.
Here's that winning moment.
We're never going to get tired of seeing this.
I'll never get tired of seeing that. All the reaction of all the girls.
So Coach Collier obviously made some real key adjustments in that second half because Australia are really effective.
Yes, and I mean, the half-time score, what was it now?
6-3.
6-3. 3 goals different.
And he basically had to make some key adjustments because Australia were so effective around the goal crease. Australia took them out of that play. So we're going to go down to Alex now, who's pitch side.
No, I think she...
No, we were expecting an interview from Phil Collier, but it looks like we're not going to get him today. But we're just going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're just waiting to see if we're going to get Phil Collier. I think he wants to have some last words with his team. But what a treat.
What a great game. And we've still got a full-time game. A gold medal match to go.
Yeah, still a gold medal match to go, but England winning that bronze medal. And we're now going to go to Alex Aljo, who's with bronze medal winning coach Phil Collier.
Out in the world, what did you just say to your team?
I said this is what we set out to do. Passion, pride, performance. I think we delivered today. Made it a little bit too exciting for my liking, but all congratulations to Australia. Fantastic game. They really pushed us all the way, but couldn't be proud of my girls and the performance they put in today. Fantastic spirit to keep going and to come back from losing to Australia in the week. I think it's been a great performance and a fantastic day for English lacrosse.
What was going through your mind during overtime? Were you always confident?
Well, I think we were confident we could win the game. I thought the defence did excellent 2 or 3 times. We held Australia out, and I was always confident we could score a goal if we got the chance, and I'm pleased we did. I'd like to say thanks very much to the crowd who supported us again and done a fantastic job of the team. Hopefully we gave them a game they can enjoy, and obviously the right result in the end is fantastic.
Congratulations, now go and enjoy this. England, bronze medalists.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So you can see Coach Collier clearly excited and emotional just as much as what we are. And here's the next match that we've got coming up at 3 o'clock. Reigning world champions and 7-time world champions USA against Canada. Thank you so much for joining us for this bronze medal game. I've been Dave Caldwell, joined by Jane Powell and Paul Coops. Good afternoon for now. Good night.